So this is our new number 10 because I don't like the original number 10. We are dealing with a juggler. A juggler tosses a ball in the air. When the ball is released from his hand, it is 4 feet above the ground. My class is having a discussion about jugglers right now. I'm sorry. Okay, so a juggler tosses a ball, and as he's tossing that ball, he releases the ball 4 feet from the ground. At an initial velocity of 30 feet per second. He catches the ball after it falls to a height of 3 feet. How long is the ball in the air? Since the juggler tosses the ball and there is an initial velocity, we have to use the model for throwing or tossing an object, which is h equals negative 16t squared plus v naught or v sub 0 times t plus h naught or h sub 0. That naught, that simply means initial. It's another way to say initial. So this first h, what number should we put in place of this first h? That first h is like the ending height. 3. This 3 feet is the ending height. So 3 goes in place of our h. T is what we're trying to find. How long is the ball in the air? So we don't want to do anything with t. Oh, goodness. Oh, man. Oh, man. Where is it? Where'd it go? There we go. Okay, v sub 0, that's the initial velocity. What is the initial velocity of this ball? 30 feet per second is our initial velocity. H sub 0 represents the initial height. What is the initial height of the ball? 4 feet is the initial height. So initial height is where the ball is released. End height is where the ball is caught after a certain number of seconds. So our equation is going to be 3 equals negative 16t squared plus 30t plus 4. We can use the quadratic formula for this, but this equation is not currently set up properly for the quadratic formula. What's wrong with it? It doesn't say equals 0. How do we get this to say equals 0? Subtract 3. So we will have 0 equals negative 16t squared plus 30t plus 1. So our a value is negative 16. Our b value is 30. Our c value is 1. Now again, yesterday I said that you don't want your a value to be negative. But because this is a real life situation, quote real life, like we really care how many seconds a ball is in the air from a juggler, but we'll pretend that we actually truly care about this. Because this is a real world situation, we are going to end up plugging this into our calculator and getting a decimal answer. So if we end up with a negative on the bottom of the quadratic formula, that's not a big deal. If we are simplifying radicals with our quadratic formula, you really don't want a negative on the bottom. So, quadratic formula, x equals, or in our case, t equals, the opposite of b, so negative 30, plus or minus the square root of b squared, 30 squared, minus 4 times a, negative 16, times c, 1. The whole thing, make sure your fraction or your division bar goes underneath the negative 30 as well as underneath your radical. The whole thing is divided by 2 times our a value. And earlier today we learned about the discriminant, so find what the discriminant is. Do 30 squared minus 4 times negative 16 times 1. Okay, do I have someone else to verify that it's 964? Not that I don't trust you, but... Okay. Now, if you're thinking right now, oh my gosh, we have to simplify the square root of 964. This is going to be awful. We don't. We don't have to simplify it. We're going to let the calculator do all of the work. Because of the plus minus symbol in the middle, we are going to do this problem twice to get 2 answers. We're going to plug this into the calculator once using the addition symbol, and then a second time using the subtraction symbol. So using the addition symbol, we're going to do negative 30 plus the square root of 964 divided by negative 32. Warning, if you do this all in one step, you have to put parentheses around the numerator. If you don't want to remember the parentheses, simply do the entire top, negative 30 plus square root of 964, hit enter, leave that in the window, and then say divided by negative 32 to get your answer. What is your answer? Yeah? Negative 0.032? Okay. Can we have negative seconds? No. So this negative answer, is this going to be our final answer? No. So now we need to do the problem a second time using the subtraction symbol. So negative 30 minus the square root of 964. Hit enter so your calculator does all of that computing. Then divide by negative 32. .9. Let's just do 1.9. Is it 1.91? Okay. So 1.9 seconds approximately. If the juggler tosses a ball and it leaves his hand at 4 feet and he catches it when it falls to 3 feet, the ball will have been in the air for 1.9 seconds.